Alright, so I'm going to predict every single team's record for this next season. Now, if I say something's different, my bad, but my memory's not that great, so don't judge me. We're going to start off with the second worst team in the NFL. Alright, week 1, they're going to get cooked by the Chargers. Then the Seahawks are going to send most of their team to the hospital. The Niners, no. Kids should not watch this game, let's be honest. The Giants, Jackson Dart is going to get 400 yards on them. And then Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs will combine for 600 yards. The Rams, don't speak of this game, ever. Broncos versus Cardinals. Not good. Let's just stay. The Cardinals are going to be crying after this game. Cowboys and Seahawks both absolutely kick their ass, and then the Rams destroy them. Kansas City trying to make it back to the playoffs again. The Cardinals aren't going to have a very good time this game. Commies, if Jaden Daniels is healthy, not even going to be close. Eagles, this game will be in the history books. You mean the Eagles by 50. Now a game that the Cardinals can actually win. And they're going to lose. The Saints versus Cardinals, Trey McBride, you're going to try and cook this game, and you're still going to lose. The Raiders, a game they can win. And they finally win a game. And then they get absolutely cooked, fried, deep fried, and boiled by the Niners in the last week. They are going 1-16. All right. Rams. Oh, it saves it. All right. Rams are going to cook this year. Let's get that straight. They're going to win probably every game, but let's see. They win week 1 versus the 49ers in a shootout. Then Jackson Dart, you're going to have a good year, but you're cooked. Broncos, they got a great defense. This is going to be game of the year right here. Then Eagles, they're not that great anymore. And their prime is over. Jalen Hurts is cooked now. And now we got Josh Allen versus Matthew Stafford. Also going to be a really good game, but give me the Rams by 1. And then the Cardinals already done. LA Rams versus the Raiders. Yeah, won't be close, along with these next few games. Then we got the bye week. They're still going to win in the bye week. Week 12 versus the Packers. Yeah, sorry, Cheeseheads, you're going to lose that one. Then the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes going to think he's him and still lose. Now, people are going to hate me for this. They're sweeping the Niners. I mean, most of the almost guaranteed chance they're going to be completely hurt. So, doesn't matter anymore. Cowboys, Dak Prescott is going to throw 7 picks to the Rams defense. Seahawks, this is game of the year. My bad. Game of the year right here. Give me the Seahawks by a penalty. Then the Rams beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seahawks. And by penalty, I mean a flag that is really stupid. All right. 16-1 to no one's surprise. All right. Here we go. Seahawks prediction. Week 1. It's a redo of that Super Bowl. I'm a Patriots fan. I absolutely hated that Super Bowl. Patriots get their revenge. Now, I'm saying that, I get reason. They lost Kenneth Walker and huge pieces of their defense. Commies, if Jaden Daniels is even healthy by week 3, the Seahawks are still going to win. And then they're going to win against the Chargers, the 49ers, and then they're going to lose to the Broncos, and they're going to beat the Chiefs, and they're going to beat the Bears, and they're going to beat the Raiders. Obviously, it's going to be a Super Bowl hangover, let's be honest, but they're still going to make the playoffs. Give me the Niners, then give me the Seahawks in the next 3 games. They're currently 12-4, and they're going 13-4. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could give them the win against the 49ers in Week 12, but I'm not going to. All right. San Francisco. All right, Week 1 already done. Week 2, this game should not be broadcast on television. It's going to be bad. The Broncos versus Niners. It's going to be a great game, but I'm going to give it to the Broncos. Then they win their next two, and then they win those 2 games. So at the bye, they're 6-4. Then we got the Raiders, which they destroy. It's the Raiders. And the Cowboys. This is going to be a really good game. This is going to be the best game for the Niners this year. They're going to win. Very close, though. I have an upset for the Vikings. All right? And then I have them beating the Giants, beating the Chargers, beating the Chiefs, and actually losing to the Chiefs, but winning against the Eagles. And they go 11-6, looking to get the 4th seed in the playoffs, even though 2 other teams. Never mind. They're going to be looking for the 5 seed. Or 6 seed, actually. Because 2 other teams in their division are making the playoffs. All right, here we go. Denver Broncos. They're going to be in the Super Bowl, let's be honest. Week 1, I have them winning against the Chiefs. Yes, you heard me. What? And then they win against the Jags. And then they also win against the Chargers. They're 6-1 right now. Then they lose Week 8 to the Chiefs. Win to the Panthers. Win to the Raiders. Win to the Steelers. Win to the Dolphins. Win to the Jets. Win to the Raiders. Holy, this is an easy-ass schedule. And then I have the Bills beating their winning streak, getting revenge for the last year's stupid playoff game. And then I have them beating the Patriots and beating the Chargers, going 14-3, winning the AFC. All right. KC Chiefs, here we go. All right. Week 2 here. Win against the Colts, win against the Dolphins, win against the Raiders, win against the Chargers as well. They are 7-3. They're looking great. And then they go 9-3. Look at this. I mean, they're doing great. But then they lose to the Bills, lose to the Bengals, lose to the Patriots, and lose to the Chargers. Then they win to the Raiders, and they're going to be 2nd in their division. Well, 3rd, actually. Maybe. We'll see. All right. Then we got the Buffalo Bills. This is going to be a great game, Week 1. Defense versus offense. Give me the Bills by like a touchdown. Then we got the Bills versus Lions. I think the Bills win this one. And kind of shocker. Then they win against the Chargers, win against the Patriots, win against the Raiders, lose to the Ravens though. And then they win their next 4 games. And then the Patriots, they lose to. They always split with the Patriots. It's kind of scripted. Like, there's no way they don't split. And then they win against the Cheeseheads, and they lose to the Bears. But then they win their next 2 games, going 13-4, looking to get the top seed in the AFC, but fail. All right, now we get the Pats. All right, their season isn't going to be anywhere nearly as good. Let's just say that. They win against the Steelers and Jags. Both of them are not going to have great years. Then they win against the Raiders and the Jets. And they have them losing to the Bears, beating the Dolphins, losing to the Cheeseheads and the Lions, winning against the Chargers and Vikings, winning against the Jets, and winning... Actually, I'm going to give them the loss against the Chargers. They're going to go 11-6, getting 2nd in their division, being the 6th seed in the playoffs. As 11-6, which is insane. Alright. Now we have the LA Chargers. Wow. This is not looking good for them. But they win this one. Lose again. They lose to the Ravens, which is not that shocking. But then they win to the Buccaneers, win to the Raiders, win to the Dolphins, going 9-8. They're going to be 3rd in their division and might miss out on the playoffs. People might not like that prediction, but this is how I got them going. So, alright, now we got the Bears. They're going to have a very good year. Win against the Panthers, win against the Vikings, win to the Eagles, win to the Jets, win to the Packers at home. So they beat them in Lambeau. And they win to the Bucks, win to the Saints, lose to the Lions, win to the Jags, win to the Dolphins, lose to the Packers, lose to the Lions, and win against the Vikings. They go 13-4, getting one of the top seeds in the NFC. Alright, next up at the Lions. A win to the Saints, win to the Jets, win to the Panthers. It's looking good for them so far. Then they win to the Packers, win to the Vikings, win to the Dolphins, win to the Bucks, win to the Falcons, win to the Titans. Holy, this is an easy-ass schedule. And then the Vikings top them there. They beat the Giants, and they lose to the Packers in Lambeau, and they do not get the 1 seed. But they do get number 1 in their division. Alright, next up, at the Packers. Alright, they start off the week 1 win. Then they win week 2 against the Jets, and then they win against the Falcons, the Bucks, the Cowboys. It's going to be a good game. I got the Cowboys in this one. And then got them beating the Panthers, and they lose the Vikings in Lambeau. Beat the Saints, beat the Dolphins, lose to the Texans. They go 10-7 with the chance of missing the playoffs. Alright, Minnesota's up next with Kyler Murray as their quarterback. Alright, they beat the Bucks in a surprise. Beat the Dolphins, what a surprise. And then I have them losing to the Saints. But beating the Colts, beating the Falcons, beating the Panthers, losing to the Commies, winning against the Jets, going 9-8. And missing out on the playoffs as last in their division. Next up, we have the Houston Texans. Best defense in the NFL. Alright. So, I have them winning week 1. Oh, wait, no. Week 2 against the Bengals. The Bengals always start off really slow. Then I have them beating the Colts and the Cowboys, which kind of a shocker. And they beat the Titans, Jags, and then upset, they lose to the Giants. Then, well, it's the Browns. They win. And then the Colts, I have them losing this one too. Then they lose to Baltimore, but win their next 5 games, and then they end up actually 6 games, end up with a 6-game winning streak. And they go 13-4, obviously top of their division. Alright. Next up, Ravens. They're going to have an up year. They're going to start with a huge, and I mean huge, winning streak. Starting off 11-1. And then make it 13-1 because they have an easy schedule. They're going to go 15-2. Yeah, you heard me. They're going to beat the Broncos. I know I said they're going to go the 1 seed. Never mind. It's going to be the Ravens if they're healthy. Hate on me. I dare you. All right. Next up, Cincy. They're going to have a good year this year. They're going to keep winning as they have, I'd say, the easiest schedule in the NFL. Like, they also go 15-2. Let me check some stuff. Make sure. I went really fast there. I didn't have them losing any more games. Yeah. Look at the schedule. I mean, they have the easy. I'm gonna give one to Cam Ward and the Titans. They get second in their division. So 14-3, 5 seed. I have Joe Burrow winning MVP, by the way. So. All right. The Giants. They're gonna have a good year. They won against the Cowboys week 1, which is an upset. Win against Titans, win against Commies, win against Saints, lose to the Eagles, win to the Commies, and then they win their next few games. Win to the Browns, obviously, and then they lose their last 2 games, going 11-6, making the playoffs. All right. Next, we got Philly. All right, so they win their first 2 games, but then go on a little losing streak. Then they win against the Jags and win against the Panthers, which, no surprise. Then they win against Cowboys and the Commies, and they win against Steelers. Lose to the Cowboys, win to the Colts, and they end 11-6. And we'll see who wins that division, because I don't know what the Cowboys are going to go. All right, who we got next? Cowboys, 4-7. No way. Hold on. Well, they won against the Commies. They won against the Bucks. Won against the Colts. Won to Cam Ward and then. Oh wait, they only got 10-7, right? Right? No way. You know what? I'm gonna give it to them over the Giants. Due to the fact that there's no way they missed the playoffs for a second time. There's just no way. Alright, so we are a bit more than halfway through. I mean, these are the rankings so far. Rams number 1, and then Baltimore number 2. Wow, Broncos going 3 in the AFC. Not expect that. I saw how easy Cincy's schedule is. Alright, so now we got the Saints, who are going to have a good season to make the playoffs. They win all these games. I don't see them losing one of these. What? I just click loss for every one. Alright. I have them going 10-7, making the playoffs and winning a playoff game. They're going to be the Patriots of this year. Tyler Shuck, year 2 quarterback. I think he might do really good. Wait, did I just say they were going to lose to the fucking Raiders? 1 second, hold on. They are not losing to the Raiders. We gotta check this stuff. Yeah, 11-6, winning a playoff game. People may hate me for that, but it's my list. Womp womp. The Commies, not looking good for them. I'm just gonna say that. I have them going 6-11 due to injuries. I mean, look at this team. A great team, don't get me wrong. But I just don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be healthy a lot. I think he'll be unhealthy again. They're going to lose almost all their games. They win 6, but they'll get a high draft pick at least. They're going to do better than last year. Now we got the Titans. People think they're doing very good this year, but I don't. They got a win against the Jets week 1, and a win against the Colts, and a win against the Browns. What a surprise. The Browns lost. And I have them winning to the Jags. But then they lose to the Jags in that week. And then they win the 3 games, and they just miss out on the playoffs, which is really sad. Like, Cam Ward's going to carry this team, have 4,000 yards. Let's be honest. All right, next we have Indy. It's not looking good. That fall off last year, going 8-9, missing out on the playoffs, and they started like 7-1. I think they won one of their last 10 games. All right, the win to the Steelers. Actually, yeah, and then they win against the Jags, lose to the Jags in that one though. And then they win these games and go 6-11. Like, they missed the playoffs again. And continue their 6-year playoff losing streak, like not making it. Alright, now we have the Cleveland Browns. We can give that to the Jags, the Bucks, Panthers, Steelers. And then I think they win against the Jets, and that's their only win of the year. Yeah, they go 1-16 just like the Cardinals. See who gets the number 1 pick. Alright, so now we have Pittsburgh. 2-11. There's no way. There's no chance they go 2-11. Let me check this. I'm going to give them the win over the Colts, actually. I'm going to give them this win. There's no chance they go 2-11. 6, 7, and 10. Yeah, they do miss the playoffs. They gotta win one more game, right? Oh, I meant to give them that over the Titans. So they go 8-9. They're definitely missing the playoffs, though. I think they're 3rd in their division, yeah, because they get the Browns. Alright. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, I already did that. My bad. Oh, wait. No way. Okay, they're not going 2-15. Alright, hold on. Let me do something real quick. They're not going 2-15. Right? Or are they? Okay, they win one against Indy. What? And then maybe give them the win against the Eagles. And then, man, they got a rough schedule. Hold on. They're not playing at home. Look at this. They don't play at home for ever. Jesus. And that's the Indian international game. Yeah, that's a month they don't play at home. Yeah, they go 4-13. They missed the playoffs. T-Law, I'm very sorry. But, you just don't got a good team. You got lucky at the end of last year. You played great, though. Falcons. It's the Falcons, man. Bijan's great. Everyone else is great. Don't get me wrong. I got the Bucks winning that one. And then I got them winning against the Bucks. They're going to go 4-13. They're going to get one of the highest picks. Then Bijan is going to request a trade out of Atlanta. Surprising, right? Jesus, hold on. There's no way of this many bad teams in my predictions. Like, God. Alright, Tampa Bay. Alright, they're going to win the rest of these games. They go 4-13. Baker is going to leave them, and he's going to retire. He's going to play for another team for 2 more years and retire. Yes, you heard me. This is going to make Baker want to retire. Oh yes, Bucky Irving. The Jets. It's the Jets. I have them winning these 2 games, losing to the Dolphins, and going 3-14 just like last year. Yeah. They have good potential. I mean, there is a chance they do good this year. There's a chance to go 8-9. Las Vegas with a rookie quarterback. Go 2-15. I mean, there's not much to say. Like, Fernando Mendoza, like, he's gonna do good for a rookie year, but he has no supporting cast. He has Ashton Jeanty and Brock Bowers, but there's not much. Like, they're still pretty young. Like, Brock Bowers already showed how good of a tight end he is, but Ashton Jeanty is too young and hasn't broken out yet. He will break out soon. Alright. We are done with our prediction. And I have 4 teams winning 1 game. This doesn't look right. There's no way all they win is to the Browns, right? Alright, hold on. I want to be nice. Give them a split to the Bucks. And we can give them a win against the Falcons. And then we can... I think I can give them a win to the Vikings. So you go 4-13. And check all these 1-win teams. I don't need to check the last 3. Those 3 are guaranteed. Tampa Bay, maybe I can put them a little higher. Maybe I can give them a win over the Vikings, and that's it. Alright, so these are the final predictions. Alright, so the NFC playoffs are going to be Rams at 1. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Detroit at 2. And then Green Bay at 3. Wait, no. Green Bay's not at 3. Jesus, all AFC. Another Dallas at 3. And then New Orleans at 4. And then at 5, I got Detroit. 6, the Bears. And then 7, the Seahawks. So, Green Bay misses the playoffs, which is a shocker. Like an actual shocker. Oh, San Francisco misses the playoffs. No, that can't be right. Nah, they're not losing to the Vikings. They go 11-6. But I think they still might miss the playoffs, right? Yeah, they do. There's nothing they can do. They play the Saints? No. Wow. That's a big shock. AFC, Baltimore at 1, Cincy at 2, and then Denver at 3. Wait, no, Baltimore 1. Denver at 2. Buffalo at 3 and Houston at 4. And then Cincy at 5. And then at 6. New England. Yay, my Patriots make the playoffs. And then the Chiefs are at 7. Now I'm going to predict the